Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going back to CodeSignal, work on the database SQL coding exercises. If you're joining this in the middle of the playlist, I'll put a link in the description below so you can start from the first video if you wish. Otherwise I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to the arcade, going to databases, and then we were on this section here between join and select, number 75, bugs in component. You started working at a promising new startup. Now that you're at the end of the first week, you're surprised the product is still working at all. There are bugs in almost every one of its components. Information about all bugs is stored in a table bug, and information about components is stored in a component table. Since some bugs may be present in several components and vice versa, the additional bug component table contains rows representing connections between bugs and components. In the database, the tables are stored as follows. So you've got a bug that has a number and a title, component that has an ID and a title, and bug component that has the bug number and the component ID linking both of them. There are so many bugs that you don't know what to begin with. To help yourself decide, you want to find all bugs that affect more than one component and find these components' names. Since it's difficult to test two buggy components, you also want to know how many bugs each such component has. The resulting table should thus contain the following columns. So a bug title, a component title, and the bugs in component. The number of total number of bugs in this component. The results should be sorted by the number of bugs in the component in the descending order. In case of a tie, the component with the smallest ID should go first. In case it's not enough to break a tie, bug number should be a tiebreaker. The bug with the smallest number should go first. Alright, so let's go over the order by, just so we have that. So first is sorted by the number of bugs in the component, which is what this is, and then they want that descending, so we have to put the descending keyword here. In case of a tie, the component with the smallest ID should go first, so that's why this component.id. And then in case it's not enough to break the tie, bug num should be the tiebreaker, so that's why bug num is the third in the order by. Alright, so and then here's examples of the different tables. So bug table, you just have a number and a title. Component, you have an ID and a title. And then this just, the bug component table tells you this bug number goes with this component. So quotes don't work affects component 1 forum, and you can see that bug number 2 affects both component 1 and 2, etc. And what they want as a result, is the bug title, the component or components it affects, and how many bugs are in that component. Alright, so let's see how you might go about this. So first we're just going to look at the from clause to see how this is all joined up. So this is fairly straightforward actually. So we're going to start with the bug table, and we're going to join to bug component, which tells us what those bugs correspond to which components, and you just join those based on the bug number equal the number in this bug table equals the bug number in the bug components. You can see here. Doesn't matter which order you have these in. You could put bug.num first or that because it's an inner join. And then we're going to inner join that to component to get the component information. So you would join the bug component ID to the component ID. You can see here that's what happens here. And then they also want the number of bugs in components. So we're going to do a subquery that's going to pull the bugs in the component by the component ID. So you'll see here, so this is just a comment that says this is doing the bugs per component. So we're going to select component ID, and then we're going to count the number of bugs. So we'll count the number of rows that have bug IDs. If it were null, it would not count from the bug component table, and we're just going to group by component ID, obviously. and we'll give that the alias CNT, and then we'll just join that to the bug component table on component ID to the component ID that we have in here. So that will give us a count of the bugs per component, and we've given that an alias of bugsInComponent. All right. So the last part is we need a where clause that gives us the bugs that have, the bugs that affect more than one component. All right. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to look at bugComponent.bugNum. So right here, this one, you'll see if it is in more than one component, it's going to have more than one row. One row for each component it's in. So we're going to select distinct bug numbers. So we're going to have just one row for each bug number. And then we're going to have this having statement, which is going to filter based on the count of component IDs. So you'll see like here 2, the count is going to be 2. So if that's greater than 1, that means that this bug affects more than one component. So if this table has that bug, that means that that bug has affected more than one component, so that in statement then will filter to those. All right, so there it is. You'll see that that passes. All right, hopefully you guys were able to follow along with that and you join me for future videos. Thank you very much.